Ein Blitzer kommt! Ein Blitzer kommt!
Jim?
Jim, no, don't do it!
Halt! Er ist nicht bewaffnet! Nein, Otto!
Jim!
My name is Jim. Mein Name ist Otto. Pleased to meet you, Otto. Freut mich. Rose, she's called. Schön, schön. Danke. Happy Christmas. Frohe Weihnachten.
YouTube, what's shaking? Welcome to another episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. Big shout out for taking some time out of your day to check out the new video, and of course for all that amazing support, and for being the best damn community here on YouTube, without a doubt. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're all aware of the tariff wars between the US and Canada, Mexico, and China. It's basically a back and forth chess game of attrition, and we'll see how it all pans out in the end. Now you've also likely seen this.
Up and down the aisles of Supermarché PA, shoppers are doing what they can to avoid buying products coming from the USA.
I'm refusing to buy anything from them, even if it's miniature carrot. I check the package.
We don't need anything from Canada.
Thursday afternoon, the Trump administration once again hit the pause button on its wide-ranging tariffs, and people here are getting pretty fed up with the back and forth.
It's a game that is unsettling everybody, that is creating chaos.
It's paused for a month. We're going to do the same thing in a month. You know, he's got us by you know what, and he's just squeezing and squeezing.
So if you haven't been keeping up, Canadians are smashing bottles of U.S. liquor and trying their hardest not to buy U.S. products in response to President Trump's tariffs. So does this mean U.S. citizens should return the favor? Specifically, should U.S. stackers boycott the Canadian silver maple? And just as a disclaimer, I have nothing against Canada or her citizens, but we're going to talk about all this mess, and I'll explain why I put that World War I video at the beginning. So make sure you stay tuned.
Well, we're waiting.
Alright, so I'm just going to get right on into it and give my opinion on potentially boycotting Canadian silver maples and Canadian silver in general. You folks saw that World War I Christmas truce segment at the beginning of this video. I put that there for a reason, and that was to kind of show that just because politicians and governments wage war in politics, i.e. tariffs in this case, that only means citizens suffer in the end, and in most cases against their will. Now, I do think this issue will soon pass, and all sides will find a solution at some point, but I have no beef with Canada. I have actually quite a few friends in different parts up there, and I found the country to be incredibly beautiful when I visited. I have no interest in partaking in a boycott on silver maples for any reason, and here's why. To this day, I do believe the maple is one of the best government coins out there, likely top 3 depending on opinions, behind Libertads and Silver Eagles. It's always obtainable at a reasonable price, even with the spot price of silver going up, over $33 an ounce at the time of this video was recorded. And the maple is well made, it's secure, and the Royal Canadian Mint has done the best job out of all the government mints to stamp out the milk spotting issue. It's a beautiful bullion coin, and it's one that I'll continue to stack. And here's the thing. You all may have differing feelings about Canada at this point, but I'm not about to get caught up in all the drama. The reality is this. The maple is a huge part of my stack. Tubes and tubes of these things I've got hanging around, so they're not going anywhere. I love owning them, and I couldn't care less about two governments trading tariffs, especially when I'm more concerned about saving my own skin for the future. I'm a veteran, and I am as patriotic about my country as it gets, but I'm also not looking to spend more on silver because I'm all up in my feelings, right? The bottom line is this. I think very highly of the Royal Canadian Mint and the products they put out. The maple fits the bill, it meets my expectations, and that's not changing anytime soon. So why do I feel so strongly about the maple? Well, let's go over some of the reasons you should consider having them in your stack if you don't already. All right, really quickly, let's go over some of the strengths of the maple. Number one, it is secure. This is one tough coin to duplicate, guys. Those beautiful radial lines with the shimmering effect. You got the maple leaf privy down here with the year actually embedded in there if you put it under a microscope. This is going to be really hard to fake, the detail on the leaf itself. For example, this is obviously a real maple. And if you go to, I don't know, Temu, you can buy a fake one. They tried. We'll give them credit. They tried, but this isn't even close. Detail on the leaf is off. Radial lines aren't any good. This has a bunch of gibberish in the privy, and I'm going to show you what that looks like right now, up close. And basically, it has no rim. It's almost smooth, and the artwork is terrible. This isn't even remotely close. And then you've got the width. It's way off. So yeah, this is not an easy coin to counterfeit. It's not going to be done very easily at all. Number two, it's affordable. A good majority of the time, the maple is almost always going to be less expensive than the Silver Eagle and Libertad. Number three, it's recognizable. Well, let's face it, it's probably the second best known bullion coin in the world behind the Silver Eagle, and that makes it extremely liquid in a sale. Number four, the Royal Canadian Mint, they have done a bang-up job on knocking out the milk spotting problem. Far better than any other mint in the world, and they deserve kudos for taking the time and doing the research for coming up with a solid solution when they implemented their mint shield process back in 2018. Now, maples may not all be perfect. You might find spots here and there, but they're a damn good bet to be superior than most other government-backed silver, for sure. And number five, it's 4/9 fine versus 3/9 fine. All right, look, make no mistake. This is more of a marketing gimmick than anything else. The difference between 3 and 4/9 fine purity is basically infinitesimal, or so small that it really does not matter. You're not getting any more silver. You're just getting a slightly more pure blend of silver. But, it's still kind of a cool thing. It's a nice attempt by the RCM to kind of stand apart from the rest.
Let us hurry. There is nothing to fear here. That's what scares me.
So with all that being said, it sounds like the maple is almost the perfect stacker for your silver stack, right? But there is a drawback, if you can call it that, and that's the buyback price on maples. Now, whereas you might get a couple of bucks over spot for eagles in a sale, you're likely looking at spot price or even slightly back of spot price, depending what dealer you're working with. If you go to sell those maples, you do have to keep that in mind. But if you stick with the mantra of silver stacking, which is buying low and basically holding for a long time, you should be okay. I have a bunch of tubes of these things, many tubes of maples. I'd say my DCA on them right now is around $22 to $23 an ounce. I could sell right now and be satisfied with the return, but I'm not doing that. I have my exit strategy, and it's not scheduled to take place for another 10 to 15 years or so. I'm holding out. Anyway, back to the tariffs really quickly. I get it. I do get it. Tariffs, more or less, are typically a bargaining chip to even the playing field, whether it's in response to balancing out trade or motivation to accomplish a goal like securing the borders or helping to mitigate the influx of narcotics. Again, I think the countries involved will figure it all out. But I'm not concerned myself with the politics of the world. I stay involved just enough to keep current on what's going on, and I'm not going to be manipulated into changing how I stack Canadian silver because the world is going all stupid at the moment. All right, we have to rewind, block out the noise, and remember that we're doing this for a reason, and that reason typically involves smart stacking. The maple is a smart buy, folks, and it is worthy of consideration to be in your stack, despite the ongoing clusterfrack the world is currently in. Now, if I find eagles for $1 more than maples, then I'll focus on eagles a little bit. But I'm laser focused on me, my family, and my legacy that I'll be leaving behind, of which my silver stack is a part of. I don't have time for all the distractions and BS. Silver is silver, and I'm looking to stack in the most efficient way that I can. All right. There you have it, folks. So what are your feelings on the silver maple? You love it? You hate it? Don't own any? Or do you own a bunch of them? Are you guys at all influenced by what's going on in the Great North? And if you're a maple stacker, is any of this stuff making you rethink buying them? Look, be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. You guys know I love going through them, so make sure you sound off. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. If you made it this far, well, kudos to you. I'll definitely catch up with you in the next episode, but in the meantime, you know what's up.
What do you want to do with your life?
I want to stack.
Damn right. Get stacked. Stay safe and be well, everyone. Be sure to catch me and my silver journey next Wednesday at 8:30 for Stacker's Corner. We do a fantastic, fun live. So come on by and check it out. But until then, you know it. I am out of here. Peace, folks. Have a fantastic week ahead.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Oh, yes. And what was that beginning, middle, and end part again?